Hello, my name is Ed Reed, and I hope you're enjoying this Facebook Live fundraiser. I mean, it's interesting. If someone would have told me 6 months ago that I was going to be involved in a Facebook Live fundraiser for the Journey Home, I would have said, I can't imagine how that could be. But here we are. We all are experiencing the changes that have been brought about by COVID, and we're all adapting as best we can. And I hope you and your family are staying safe and healthy. And and we are just very appreciative of the fact that you are watching this and you're involved with our fundraiser. So again, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Again, I'm Ed Reed, and my wife is Debbie Reed, the founder of the Journey Home, and she had the vision to start the Journey Home probably 7 years ago. And so in November of 2014, we founded the nonprofit corporation, the Journey Home Inc., and the journey began. So a little bit about what I do. I've been involved since the beginning in treasury duties with grant writing. And so what I want to talk to you about today, or give you an update on, is what is it? What are those things that are treasury duties? What is grant writing all about? And then give you an update of where things are financially for the Journey Home. So let's look at first at treasury duties. Treasury duties are more than just the bookkeeping effects of tracking the donations and the expenses. It really comes down to sitting down with with Debbie and another board member and really trying to come up with what is our budget for the year going to be? How can we most wisely spend the monies that are going to be given to us generously by people like you? And how are we going to best be good stewards? And so there's really a lot more to it than just what you might think with bookkeeping. And so that's been one of the things that I've been involved in. And one of the things I hope I get across to you today is that we take very seriously our responsibility to take every dollar that is given to us, that we have been blessed by God with through many of you, and to use it wisely. And so we really focus on being good stewards and using that money wisely. So that's one of the first functions. Now, what is grant writing? Well, I spent 40 years in emergency medicine as a physician, and so grant writing for me is something that is very different. But again, it really is similar in some ways, in which you really have to approach it with a real focus as to what is the best way to approach the situation and what is needed. So initially, as the Journey Home vision was being brought about, and really more and more specifics were there, we had to focus first on facilities. Now, ultimately, that's not our primary focus. Our primary focus is on people and relationships. But really, one of the crucial aspects of being able to really minister to people and to help them to have the opportunity to change, which is part of what we want to do, it's crucial to have facilities, and they need to be facilities where people are know that they are valued and respected, and part of that is what is the facility like. So in the beginning with grant writing, grant writing is such that foundations have different focuses. So some foundations, we found out, are foundations that want to focus on things like a facility because they want to make a significant donation, a one-time donation, where they can be part of the beginning process, where they can get a nonprofit going, especially one that needs facilities. And so we were very blessed to get donations from multiple foundations, which actually ended up coming up with about half of the monies that we needed for building the transition home. And we had needs both for building the transition home, but then we also had the opportunity to purchase a lot and have a donated modular home that then needed all of the infrastructure built, including the foundation and the the hookups to sewer and water and so forth. And so that was another expense that came about, but it was God's timing for that. And so we had those needs for funding too. Now, in the process of that, we do, and I'm going to talk a little bit about where we are financially. We do have a debt of a little over $500,000, which is in a line of credit, which gives us flexibility in how to pay down that loan as well as the interest to pay. And so right now, one of our focuses when we do budget is we budget each year to pay a certain significant amount of that debt down as well as pay the interest. And we've been blessed this year to pay down about 20% of the initial debt that we started with at the beginning of 2020. And that has been remarkable, and that's been all a God thing. And so what we do now have is a little over 500,000 in debt that we are, as we focus on operations, which again is our primary focus, which is all related to relationships with our guests, we take as appropriate when we have additional funds, we put that towards that line of credit to bring that line of credit principal down and to decrease our interest payments month by month. And so we want you to know that as we do a fundraiser, we are very careful and very very focused on how we use the monies that come in, and we really desire to be good stewards. And so one of the things also that is part of the treasury duties is that each year we fill out a very extensive IRS form called a 990, which puts together all of our financials. So if any point in time you have questions about the Journey Homes financials, you can certainly contact us and ask questions. But we want you to know that the 990 is on the 990. Sorry about that. The 990 is something that is publicly accessed, and so that is publicly available. So again, we just thank you for being part of this weekend. And we just ask that you would consider helping and partnering with us. And we guarantee and we will promise to you that we will always be good stewards, and we will use your funds in as wise a manner as possible. Thank you.